Before you watch the video, I just have one small favor to ask. It is nothing much. You will see a hype option next to the comment section. I cannot give that to myself from my own account, but you all definitely can. If you do that, it will help improve the ranking of this video, which means its reach will increase as well. And maybe your brother's video, this very video, might even start trending. So please give it a hype. And now, my brothers, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Manhwa Reality. If you have not watched the previous 3 episodes yet, you will find them in the I button above, so make sure to check them out. Honestly, I have already forgotten what happened in the last episode, so I cannot even remind you properly. But anyway, we see that the middle school ends up apologizing to them and that girl gets expelled at the same time. Everything that had gone wrong is completely fixed. After all this, the main leader of that school says that they have expelled that girl as well, and now she will never be able to enter the design industry again. After hearing this, someone asks, "Ninth God, are you satisfied with this outcome?" Hearing that, Gumong replies yes and thanks them very much. I do not really know why that guy keeps calling her ninth god. But anyway, just leave it. Then our brother arrives with some water and says, "Here, drink a little." Although, honestly, it looks more like juice than water. Gumong thanks him, and then he asks tomorrow is New Year. Do you have any plans? Hearing that she thinks to herself tomorrow, I am just going to sleep. Anyway, who likes going into huge crowds, he tells her that Infeng has brought many horses because horse riding is his business and the place will remain open tomorrow. There will not be much crowd either, so if she wants, they can go there together and have a look. While saying that he ends up holding her hand, Gumong becomes confused and starts wondering, when did I hold his hand? Is he holding my hand? Or am I holding his? She herself has no idea what is happening, but in the end she agrees. Then the scene shifts to the horse riding place where racing happens. Gumong is already there and wishes that Infeng's business becomes successful, so she gives him a gift as a good luck token. Infeng thanks her, but secretly thinks, "Oh no, why did she come here? If she is here, then Changchu will also come with that woman. I cannot even imagine what is about to happen. Those 2 girls are definitely going to fight." Soon that girl asks will Chinchao come here too. Infeng replies, yes, he should be here any moment. Now she starts thinking that whatever happened at school last night, she feels that Jotong is talented, and it was wrong to expel her over such a small matter. She believes Gumong exaggerated everything and made the issue much bigger than it really was. So she starts speaking badly about Gumong. At that moment, the guy tells her, "You do not even know the whole situation, so please do not comment." Obviously, no one likes hearing bad things about their friend's girlfriend. Just then, Chao arrives and someone greets him saying, "Hi, Chao, you both are here." We see both of them walking while holding hands, and the girl notices it. Soon, Chao starts talking to Gumong and tells her to choose whichever horse she likes. If she cannot ride it, then there is nothing to worry about because he will help her. Gumong calmly replies that she will manage everything herself. She walks away while the other girl becomes jealous, thinking, they came together and he is even personally helping her choose a horse. He even said he would teach her horse riding. Chao asks Gumong whether she likes this horse, and when she agrees, he says, "Good choice." This is Infeng's most valuable horse. He tells the staff to bring it out, but the worker refuses, saying that it is still a wild horse and has not become safe or comfortable yet. Chao says not to worry because he is there, but Gumong refuses his help, saying she wants to try by herself. Then the jealous girl interrupts and asks Miss Gu, "Do you even know how to ride a horse?" Gumong answers that she knows a little. The girl immediately suggests having a small horse race competition, but Gumong refuses, saying she is not interested and has no special desire to compete. The girl keeps insisting, saying it is only for fun. Please agree, do not be scared. I am just an average rider myself. Then the guy standing nearby says they came here just to enjoy themselves, and they should skip the competition. Obviously, he wants to avoid any trouble, but then the jealous girl says that if Gumong is interested, then they should compete. And if Gumong wins, she will give her sports car away. Hearing this, Gumong immediately agrees and says, "Fine, if I win, then your car, and if I lose, then we will see later." The girl acts innocent and says she is not forcing anything because Gumong herself wanted to race. Chow tells Gumong to choose another horse because this one is not suitable, but she smiles and says, "Do not worry, there is no problem," while gently holding his hand. The moment she holds his hand, the jealous girl becomes even more jealous. Then the scene changes again. Gumong walks towards the horse, pats it gently, and says, "Good girl, I am here with you. Come on." She starts riding and practicing comfortably, and somehow the horse completely cooperates with her, as if it is on her side. The jealous girl is left frustrated. Finally, the race begins. Both girls arrive on their horses. Chow tells his friend to quickly bring the gun. His friend reminds him that this horse is worth 10 million, but Chow still insists. So the friend reluctantly leaves to get it. The jealous girl explains the rules, saying they will race around the track 3 times and whoever finishes first wins. To make things fair, she will start a little behind while Gumong starts ahead. As soon as she finishes explaining, the whistle blows and the race begins. Both girls ride from different sides, but Gumong rides with incredible speed and complete confidence. Chow's friend cannot believe what he is seeing and says that he himself could never control this horse because it always tried to throw him off. Yet when Gumong rides it, the horse behaves perfectly. Well, maybe even the horse understands she is a girl. Chow is already aiming the gun while Gumong continues riding comfortably and thinks there is nothing wrong with this horse. Meanwhile, the jealous girl realizes that Gumong is about to defeat her and secretly takes out a needle. She pricks her own horse with it, and immediately the horse loses control and starts acting wildly. Seeing this, Gumong's horse also reacts. Chow points the gun and is about to fire, but his friend suddenly stops him, saying, "Wait, first, look at what Gumong is doing." Everyone watches in shock as Gumong stands up on top of the running horse, then suddenly jumps into the air and lands perfectly back on the same horse. Honestly, I have no idea what the writer was even thinking while writing this scene, but somehow she lands safely and calmly says, "Let's start again." If any of you actually understood what happened, then let me know, because I honestly have no idea. Anyway, as expected, Gumong wins the race. The moment she wins, the other girl's horse completely loses control. Now honestly, instead of pricking her own horse with the needle, she should have pricked Gumong's horse, but Gumong's horse was already ahead. The jealous girl falls to the ground. Her friend immediately tells Chow, "Listen, if anything happens to her, then Uncle Luna will never forgive us." It will be impossible to explain because her family has very good relations with theirs. The frightened girl keeps screaming, "Chow, save me, save me. Please wait, because now..." Gumong is not going to let this girl go. The girl calls out, "Chow, Miss Gu, please." That girl cries out, "Miss Gu, I am hurt. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I never expected all this to happen." Anyway, Gumong walks over and says, "An accident." "Oh, really?" Then she pulls the needle out of the horse and throws it towards the girl. The moment the girl sees the needle, she is completely shocked and says, "What is this?" Gumong calmly says, "You did it on purpose. Did you not, Miss Yu? Listen, if you cannot accept defeat, then do not play games like this. If you really want to die, then go ahead and die, but why drag an innocent horse into this?" As Gumong keeps speaking, the girl desperately says, "No, no, it is not like that. Please listen to me." By this point, Chen Chao is absolutely furious because he had no idea what had really happened before. Now that he knows the truth, he says, "If it were not for your family, I would have dealt with you a long time ago. Understand, this is your last warning. Next time, I will not spare you, and your Yu family will remember this threat as well." Hearing those words, the girl is left completely stunned. Then another guy comes over and says, "Luckily, none of her bones are broken. It is fine. I already told you that her condition was not serious." Just then, the doctors arrive. They examine the girl and say that she needs to be taken to the hospital because she will need a plaster cast. Everyone agrees, and Chen Chong's friend tells them to send her to the hospital. Just then, Gumong says, "Wait a minute. Where are the keys to my car?" Hearing that, the girl throws the keys towards her and says, "Here you go." It turns out the sports car was extremely expensive, probably worth around 100 million, although I am not really sure. Anyway, Gumong gets the keys and the doctors take the injured girl away. Then our brother says go to the Yu family and tell them exactly what their daughter has done. Tell them to teach their daughter properly. Hearing that, the other guy replies, fine, fine, leave everything to me, I will handle it all. You just go home and relax. Then Chow tells Gumong, listen, if you want to stay here, then you can remain in the palace for 3 or 4 more days. Stay until you recover completely, and then you can leave. Gumong replies that she could stay, but she also has to attend her classes. Then the scene shifts to the classroom the next day, where that girl angrily says, damn it, I will never let Miss Yu go. How dare she injure my hand? Everyone around her is also getting angry. Another girl says, if I were in your place, I would definitely have taught her a lesson. Just then, Zhang asks, Gumong, are you feeling any pain? Does it still hurt? Gumong says no. Then one guy says, bro, I do not know why, but I suddenly feel like she has become some kind of ancient emperor type of person. Another guy asks, what do you mean? He replies, just look at her. She gives off that kind of feeling. Everyone bursts into laughter after hearing that. Then another girl says, hey, listen, do you know something? There is going to be a filming event at the school next door. Someone replies, I am not interested, but Gumong refuses as well. Then the girl says, listen, I will give you £5 if you help me with this. In the end, Gumong agrees and says, fine, why not? Although the girl did not actually promise £5, she really promised to give her desserts for the entire year. Soon evening arrives and everyone starts saying, hurry, let us go near the experimental school. We have to get the front seats. Hurry, hurry. Come on, hurry up. Our school really did not prepare for this properly. The students are all talking among themselves. One girl says we have to get seats quickly or we will not get any at all. Everyone starts heading towards the other school. Then the scene shifts to that school where there is a huge crowd. By then, Gumong has also arrived and her friend is with her as well. The same girl who had been sick earlier. Zhang looks around and says, what should we do? There is not even any space here. And besides, you are still injured. Another guy says, let us just go back. Anyway, the filming is going to continue for at least 1 month. Just then, another student notices them and says, oh, that is Gumong the choreographer. Look, she actually came to our school. I guess she will need binoculars if she wants to watch the filming. They keep mocking her. And another boy says, what did you come to our school for? Maybe you can at least get a job here as a waiter? They keep teasing her again and again. Then another guy says, listen, I know what I will do. I will make a post on Vivo to add some spice so everyone can see. Sister Gumong, look, we are making you famous. Are you getting angry? They continue teasing her nonstop. Then one of them sarcastically says, do you think Gumong is getting angry? We probably should not keep talking like this. She might lose her temper. Meanwhile, Gumong is simply eating an ice cream. After finishing it, she casually throws the ice cream stick behind her. Although she actually throws it on purpose, it looks random, but the stick flies straight and hits that guy right on the face. Gumong calmly says, sorry, it slipped out of my hand. The guy gets angry and says, you should know your limits. Then Gumong asks her friend, who exactly is this guy? Her friend explains Gumong, the one leading all of them, is Yichen. He is actually Senting's fiancé, and he was the one who stole your design hearing. That Gumong says, so the man who stole my design is also lecturing me. Wow, that is really impressive. She starts throwing sarcastic remarks back at him, and he gets completely irritated. Another guy says, bro, Yichen, why are you wasting your time with her? Just forget it. We will simply make another post on Vivo. Yichen agrees and says, yes, why not? Let us post it there. Then he adds, I even heard that her skills are only useful in the bedroom. She cannot do anything outside. After saying that, one of them immediately uploads the post and says, Gumong, do not tell us you became a designer by sleeping with someone. Wow, amazing. The moment all this happens, Gumong quickly makes a phone call. The call connects and the person on the other side asks, Where are you? There is some trouble here. Come to the school gate. Another guy laughs and says, Oh, she is calling someone. Let her call. Maybe she is calling her sugar daddy. We would love to see that. I am so scared. Suddenly, the actor himself arrives. As soon as he gets there, he says, I saw the trending topic and found out everything. This is the guy who has all the answers to your questions. The actor has personally come himself. Then he says, I have known Gumong for the last 3 years. She is a very good friend of mine, and I know she is an amazing girl. Every design she has ever made is excellent. Stop making these useless accusations. Right now, apologize for everything you posted online. Otherwise, I will not let you go. After seeing this, everyone gathers around and starts supporting him, saying, He is an important person. Hurry up and apologize, or we will not spare you. One girl even threatens to call the police while others begin taking photos of him. In the end, he has no choice but to apologize. He says, I am sorry, I am leaving. But before walking away, he looks at Gumong and says, Just wait, I will not let you go. After that, the actor asks Gumong, Why did you come so late? The director has invited you to act in the movie because there is one scene left and nobody can do it better than you. Gumong is surprised and asks, Why are you choosing me? I have never acted before. She refuses again, but he says, We all know that the character you designed suits you perfectly. The director saw your photo and believes you are the perfect match. Just try it once, Gumong asks. You know how much I charge, right? He replies, Yes, yes, I already explained everything to the director, and he agreed. Really, hearing that, it becomes clear Gumong is very expensive and not easy to afford. Then the scene shifts to the filming set where Gumong is acting. She cries, Please show me some mercy. Please let me go. Please forgive me. Then a villain appears and says, No, I will never forgive you. You know my secret, and now only your death can protect it. You have to die so this secret stays hidden. After saying that, he pushes her off the school rooftop. Gumong starts screaming, Help! Help, because her role is to fall from the rooftop while acting the whole way down. She keeps crying and performing perfectly until she reaches the ground. The director immediately calls. Cut. That tiny scene was the only reason they invited her, and they even paid her a huge amount. Honestly, they could have invited me instead. Anyway, the director happily says, Good, perfect. That was amazing. I never expected you to perform so well. I do not know exactly what she did, but everyone is impressed. Then her friend, who is also the actor's assistant, arrives and says, Oh my God, you are here. Your acting was incredible. Who would believe this is your first time? And honestly, how can you be so good at everything? Gumong simply replies, I was never really interested. Anyway, just leave it. Then she stands there tying up her hair while the actor secretly thinks, I really want to make this girl fall for me, but how can I do that? He keeps thinking about it. Then he tells her, Listen, your next scene is tomorrow. I still have some scenes left. After I finish them, I want to take you out for dinner as a thank you. Gumong refuses and says, No, I still have other work. Just make sure I receive my payment. I have something important to do, and I need to leave. Just then, Chen Chao arrives. Gumong walks over to him and he asks, Finished with work. Put this coat on. I did not expect it to become so cold today. Seeing both of them together, the actor starts feeling jealous. His assistant whispers, Wow, God. You is speaking so gently, and that handsome guy is the same one we met last time. Are those two dating? The actor sighs to himself, I am late again. What a shame, he feels completely heartbroken. Then Gumong asks Chen Chao, Where did you learn all this? Tell me you are really good at impressing people. Chen Chao replies, not everyone wants to learn, and not everyone wants to show, while not everyone wants to see. He keeps saying mysterious things. After hearing him, Gumang does not reply, but she clearly understands what he means. Then both of them walk together and Chen Chao asks, "Since when did you decide to start acting? Are you planning to enter the entertainment industry?" Gumang replies, "No, I am just very poor. I do not have enough money, so I have to earn somehow. Acting helps me make a living." Chen Chao smiles and says, "Is that so? Then become my personal secretary. I will pay you properly. Would you like that?" Gumang replies, "I am very expensive." Chen Chao says, "Of course, why not? Here, take this card. There is a lot of money inside. The password is this. Take whatever amount you need. It is enough for your payment for the whole year. Whatever work needs to be done, I will arrange it." Gumang asks, "There is 100 million inside." "Really?" he replies, "Yes, of course. Go ahead and keep it." Even after hearing that, she does not become overly excited, but she quietly says, "Honestly, I like ordinary scenes more." Anyway, the scene shifts again, and the remaining filming continues. The makeup artist asks little Mango, "In your opinion, what kind of person is truly worthy?" Gumang replies, "Someone who is above average. Someone who is the best in everything and excels in every field. That is the kind of person I think is worthy." After that, nothing much happens. Then Chen Chao calls and says, "I have work today, so I will not be able to come and pick you up." Gumang replies, "There is no need to pick me up. I have already left today. I am not going back to the palace. I am going to my hostel instead." Just then a few thugs appear, although they are not really thugs. They are the same students who had been teasing her earlier. Chen Chao immediately asks, "What happened?" while Gumang begins to answer. She says, "It is nothing. Something important suddenly came up, so I have to go. Now I am hanging up." Okay. Right after ending the call, 2 or 3 guys show up, carrying baseball bats and other weapons. One of them says, I have been waiting for you for a long time." Another laughs and says, "I told you, waiting always brings sweet rewards. Look how sweet this little mango has come right in front of us." Another one says, "I heard she is a great dancer. Let us break her legs." Someone else replies, "No, no, she is also a good designer. Let us break her hands." Another guy says, "No, I want to force her onto her knees, make her beg for forgiveness and plead for mercy. That will be much more fun." Everyone starts laughing. Gumang calmly says, "Is that so? Fine, then come and fight me." Hearing that they say, "Does she have a death wish?" Wait a second. They all rush forward to attack while Gumang gets completely ready. The first guy attacks, but Gumang lands a powerful kick straight into his stomach, knocking all the air out of him. Then another guy charges with a baseball bat, but Gumang catches the bat with her bare hand. The third guy attacks with what looks like either a sword or maybe a knife. Whatever it is, he attacks with it, but Gumang notices him as well. After throwing a few punches at both of them, all 3 guys end up lying on the ground. 3 boys could not even handle one girl. She defeats all 3 of them by herself in a 1-against-3 fight. At that point, there is nothing left to say because they have already embarrassed themselves. One of the guys crawls backwards in fear, shouting, "Do not come near me. Stay away. Stay away from me." He is completely terrified. Just then, security guards suddenly arrive from behind and shout, "What is happening here? Who is fighting? Stop right there." As they come closer, they recognize one of the boys and say, "Oh, it is you. What are you doing here?" Then the scene shifts, and a police car arrives at the school. Ya's mother is there and angrily says, "Do you even know who my son is? He is the top student in the entire city. Do you understand you are the one who should go to jail?" She becomes even angrier and says, "Why does this school even allow such dangerous people to study here? She must be punished severely." Even the police officers start taking her side. They tell her, Mrs. Yi, please do not worry. We will investigate this matter seriously. Then they turn to Gumong and rudely ask, all the evidence is against you. Do you have anything to say? A teacher immediately steps in and says, 3 or 4 boys tried to beat up Gumong, and she is just one girl. Can you not see this clearly? It is obvious bullying. I cannot believe this. There is a CCTV camera over there. Check that camera first. Hearing this, Gumong also says, yes, officer. They attacked me first. I was only defending myself. I did nothing else. The officer replies, unfortunately, the camera has already been destroyed, so we have no evidence. The only evidence we have is that those students are lying in the hospital with serious injuries. Is that not evidence enough? His mother immediately says, exactly. My son is the top student in the city. How will he stay at the top now? She must pay compensation and she must also be punished. The teacher becomes furious. Then Gumong calmly says, you want evidence, right? Fine, miss. I asked you to bring my laptop, did you not? The teacher replies, yes, I brought it like you asked. But what are you planning to do? Gumong says nothing much. I am just going to find the evidence. She turns on her laptop and reveals that she had already gained access to the security camera system. Before the recordings were destroyed, she had copied all the footage onto her laptop. Then she plays the entire incident in front of everyone. As soon as the video starts, the truth is revealed. The officers are stunned, and Yi's mother is speechless. At that moment, Chen Chao suddenly arrives carrying all the evidence, including the baseball bat and the knife. He says, it took a lot of effort to find these, but in the end, I managed to bring everything. Officer, these are the weapons used in the crime. Please examine them. I am exhausted, but at least I found the evidence, Chen Chao then says. You can send these weapons to the forensic lab and check the fingerprints on them. The officer nods and says, then it will prove that Gumong was only acting in self-defense. Gumong picks up the knife and says, officer, please look at this weapon. I can clearly show that they attacked me with deadly intent. I can even file this as an attempted murder case. She continues saying, the punishment for attempted murder is at least 3 to 10 years in prison. And if something had actually happened to me, it could even have become a death penalty case. She deliberately says all this to frighten Yi's mother, and it works perfectly. Yi's mother quickly changes her attitude and says, come on, they were just children fighting. Why are you turning this into an attempted murder case? Stop talking nonsense. Chen Chao immediately replies, wow, your tone changed very quickly. Whether this is attempted murder or not is not for you to decide. The judge will decide that Yi's mother is left completely shaken. Then the lawyer arrives and says, looks like I am not late. My name is, and I am here on behalf of my client to officially file an attempted murder case. Gumong looks at him and says, I am leaving everything in your hands. Now I have to go because Jin Yang will be worried about me. The lawyer agrees. Before leaving, Gumong turns to Yi's mother and says, you were the one who proudly said your son is the top student in the entire city, right? Yi's mother proudly answers, yes, I did. Gumong smiles and says, then do not worry. It will not take very long. After that, she tells Miss C, remember to nominate yourself for the National Outstanding Teachers Award because one of your students is definitely going to become #1. Then she walks away. Outside, Chen Chao asks her, when you were in trouble, why did you not tell me? Gumong stays silent for a moment before answering. It is not that I do not trust you. I just want to rely on myself. I do not want to become dependent on you. Chen Chao thinks for a moment, then says, even so, I was still able to help you. I was the one who found the evidence. It is okay. I understand what you want. He gently comforts her and says, come on, let us sit inside the car and talk. It is very cold outside. Gumong gets into the car and quietly says thank you. As soon as she says that, Chen Chao smiles and says, "Your habit is really changing. Are you seriously thanking me?" Gumang smiles as if she finally understands something Chen Chao thinks to himself. Fine, she wants to depend only on herself. That is okay. One day I will make her comfortable enough to depend on me. Then the next day arrives and Gumang is studying very seriously. A classmate walks over and jokes, "What happened to you? What did you eat today? Since when did you start studying so hard?" Gumang replies, "Nothing special. The joint exams are coming soon, so I thought I should finally study a little. It will be good for me." Just then, the teacher arrives and says, "Gumang, come outside for a minute." She walks over and the teacher tells her, "Yikin's parents are here. They want to meet you. If you do not want to talk to them, I can help you." Gumang smiles and says, "No, no, why would I refuse? This is actually a very good opportunity for me." Then the scene shifts to the meeting room where Gumang confidently walks in. Honestly, she looks really beautiful. Her appearance is impressive. Yichen's parents are already there. His father stands up and says, "Hello, classmate. I am Yichen's father. I came today because I want to settle this matter. It is just a problem between children. Why are you turning it into a legal case that is unnecessary?" Gumang sits down while he continues. "Look, Yichen and the others were wrong. They all realize their mistake now. I hope you can forgive them. Please do not continue with this case. If there is something you want in return, then just tell us whatever you want. We will give it to you." Gumang calmly asks, "Really, then I just want to know how much you are willing to pay." The father takes out a bank card and says, "There is at least 10 million in this card. Take it as compensation." Hearing that, Gumang immediately picks up the card and says, "With this 10 million, I can easily hire a really good lawyer to fight my case." As soon as they hear that, both parents stand up in shock and ask, "Wait, Miss Gu, what exactly do you want? Just tell us directly so we can prepare for it." They get straight to the point without wasting any more time. Then Gumang calmly says, "I do not want much. I only want 1/5 of every one of your companies transferred into my name. In other words, I want ownership of 1/5 of the total market value of each company." Hearing this, the man is completely shocked. Gumang continues, "Of course, I know you are not going to agree, but honestly, I do not have that much patience anyway. Do you understand? The uncle says, what 1/5 of the company? Seriously, that is an enormous amount." Just then, his phone suddenly rings. He answers it and says, "Excuse me, I have an important call. Let me take this." The voice on the other end says, "Weren't you supposed to meet Gumang? Then why are court notices arriving at our house? Tell me what is going on." It turns out another man whose son is also involved has received an official court notice, informing him of the hearing date and the time he must appear. He urgently says, "My son cannot go to prison. Whatever Gumang wants, just give it to her. Give her anything she asks for, but my son must not go to jail." The uncle immediately understands that making a deal with Gumang is not going to be easy. Gumang then says, "If I upload that video onto social media, do you really think your company's share value will stay the same? It will definitely fall. Besides, ordinary people always love drama. They are always looking for some hot topic, and the moment they find one, they enjoy it as much as possible." After hearing that, the uncle says, "Fine, there is no need to drag this out. I agree to your conditions." Gumang replies, "All right, then I will send my lawyer to contact you. You can discuss all the details with them, and once everything is settled, I will withdraw my case." After saying that, she leaves the scene, then shifts to her friend, asking Gumang, "Are you all right?" Gumang smiles and says, "Yes, everything has been sorted out, so do not worry. Instead, you should start preparing for the joint entrance exam. I have already told Miss to prepare as well, because she is definitely going to receive that award." Then another girl says, "I heard the national joint exam will recruit one group of students who score the highest marks, and the most talented students will get a huge advantage when applying for college." Gumang understands everything and says, "Fine. Then Miss Sai, make sure you secure your position because this time it is your turn." Then the scene shifts again and there is only 1 day left before the exam. The next scene shows exam day where everyone has already started writing. Inside the examination hall, Gumang writes incredibly fast and within just half an hour she finishes her entire paper. It almost looks like she was drawing diagrams instead of writing answers. She hands in her answer sheet and walks out. Meanwhile, the other students keep talking, saying those questions were really difficult. Then someone says, "I heard one girl finish the whole exam in just half an hour." Another student laughs and says, "She will definitely fail anyway." What difference does it make? The results will come out in 1 week. Everyone waits for the results, and 1 week later the results are finally announced. Someone shouts the results are out. Everyone can check them online. Jinyoung becomes nervous and says, "Please do not scare me. I am really nervous." Then she checks her score and excitedly says, "Gumang, look! I got 706 marks. I scored more than 700. Gumang smiles and says, "Good. Very good. Here, eat some more. Have this as well." She happily keeps feeding her. Then Enan arrives with another boy. He says, "Enan, you scored 710 points. Amazing. I think you will definitely be the top student this time," as soon as he praises her. Enan proudly says, "Yes, I think so too. Maybe I really am the top scorer this time. We should also check the neighboring school's results and see how they performed." The boy replies, "I still think you have the best score, but let us wait and see." Then another girl tells someone to be quiet before turning to Gumang and saying, "Sister Uncle was asking about you some time ago." She walks over to Gumang and says, "Once your result comes out, make sure you let Uncle know. He said that he can definitely get you admitted into a third-tier university anyway. You should not depend too much on your academic results." Hearing this, Gumang says this girl really talks too much. The girl quickly replies, "I was only worried about you. Do you still hate me because I inherited your parents' property?" Gumang calmly grabs her shoulder, makes her sit down and says, "Just sit quietly and eat. Stop talking so much." She keeps feeding her by force. Then she says, "You have been talking too much. It feels like someone gave you some strange medicine. Anyway, I never cared about that property in the first place. And as for me, let us see who really becomes the top student." Then the scene changes to an online group where everyone is discussing the exam results. Someone says, "I think Enan became the top student because she scored 710 points. Just then another person posts a message saying, "The student who scored full marks in every single subject, with a perfect 750 out of 750, is none other than Gumang." Hearing that, everyone is completely shocked. They all shout, "What, she got a perfect 750 out of 750? Soon the news starts trending on Vivo, because this was a major national entrance examination. One person says Gumang got full marks in every subject. That is impossible. How could that happen? Hearing this, Enan is completely shaken. Someone quickly comforts her, saying, "Do not worry. Your marks are still the highest. You are definitely the top student. There is no way that girl could have scored full marks. She used to get 0 in every test. I am going to make a post officially on social media, so the authorities will definitely notice it and send someone to investigate the school." Another person asks, "Would that not be too harsh?" He replies, "Not at all. Why should we feel bad? She should be the one worried if she cheated. If she passed by cheating, then she deserves to go to prison." Enan becomes extremely happy because she believes Gumang will end up in jail. Another student says, "I never imagined such a dangerous girl would be in my class." Someone else asks Gumang, "How can you stay so calm?" Just then the teacher comes in and says, "Gumang, come with me for a moment." She stands up and goes over. The teacher tells her, "Many officials from the Joint Examination Committee have come to see you. I believe you did not cheat, so just explain everything to them. Afterwards, let me know what happens. Gumong smiles and says, "Do not worry, I will sort everything out. And just as I promised, you will definitely receive that award." Then the scene shifts to the conference room where one of the officials says, "How could any girl possibly finish the exam in only half an hour? How did you write your answers so quickly?" At that moment, Gumong walks in smiling and says, "Hello, Mr. Tian. How are you?" The principal introduces everyone saying, "This is team leader Liu and the others. They want to ask you a few questions, so answer honestly." Gumong quietly nods and sits down. The official asks, "So you are Gumong. Can you explain why you finished writing all your answers so quickly?" Gumong calmly replies, "Because the questions were very simple. That is all." The official is surprised and says, "But I investigated your previous records. Every subject showed 0 marks, so how did you suddenly score full marks?" Gumong replies, "My scores completely depend on my mood. If I feel like writing, then I write. If I do not, then I simply do not." Hearing that, they become annoyed. One of them says, "Gumong, we suspect that you cheated, so start cooperating with us." Gumong calmly asks, "Cheated, at least say something logical. Where is your proof? Show me the evidence. Where is it?" Another teacher stands up angrily and says, "Stop talking nonsense. Your previous test scores were all 0. Is that not enough evidence? You cheated in this exam? Your real score should have been 0. Then another teacher gently says, "Gumong, why do you not just take the exam again? Once your innocence is proven, everything will be fine." Gumong replies, "I have already taken the exam. Why should I take it again? I have already completed the National College Entrance Examination." She refuses to sit for another test. The teacher then says, "If you refuse, it will be difficult to prove that you are innocent. You will receive 0 marks, and since you cheated, you could even go to prison." The teacher becomes even angrier. Just then, a voice comes from behind saying, "Who said Gumong scored 0 in every subject?" Everyone turns around and someone important has arrived. The principal immediately recognizes him and says, "Is that not the former Minister of Education? What is he doing here?" They also notice another respected education leader who helped establish the old education system. Everyone is completely confused about what is happening. Here is a girl who scored a perfect 750 out of 750 in the national entrance examination, while everyone stands there completely shocked, just like me. One official says, "But how is this possible? The handwriting is different. This handwriting does not match. Why is that?" Hearing this, Gumong calmly says, "I can write in 24 different handwriting styles. Did you not know that? Let me show you." She starts writing samples and says, "Look, I use this handwriting when I want full marks. When I want lower marks, I use this one." The official is left speechless and says she knows 24 handwriting styles. How is that even possible? Gumong demonstrates every style and says, "See, they are all my handwriting." Soon an announcement spreads throughout the entire school, saying the girl who became the top student 10 years ago and the girl who has become the top student again now are both Gumong. Hearing this, everyone is completely stunned. They say a girl became the top student twice. As soon as Gumong returns to her classroom, one boy excitedly says, "She is coming over here." "Hey, Gumeng, you used to be such a bad student. Why did you suddenly deceive us? Why are your marks so high? They were supposed to be 0. Then why did you always write 0? Gumong calmly explains, "Because every question had 1 correct answer and 3 wrong ones. So I spent my time deciding which wrong answer I should choose." Another boy looks confused and asks, "Did you actually understand what she just said?" Even he cannot make sense of it. Ritesh says, "I really have no idea who said what." Then we see a girl coming over and saying, "Ritesh, did you know that some of the top professors from Capital University are coming tomorrow to interview students?" Jin Yong has already arrived at this point. Then Gumang says, "I still have not decided whether I should attend the interview or not." She asked Jin Young, "What do you think?" Jin Young replies, "I had already applied because the teacher asked me to, but last night I declined and told them I would not be attending the interview." Everyone is surprised. The boy asks why. "You scored such amazing marks, so why are you refusing to attend the interview?" The girl explains that even with her current score, she still does not have enough marks to get into Capital University for both undergraduate and master's studies. She says her marks are simply not high enough. Hearing this, the boy is completely shocked and says, "Seriously, is 706 points considered low?" Another girl explains that the professors from that university only recruit 2 students every year. Only the absolute top 2 students get selected. She continues saying that is why she has to work even harder next time so she can pass the entrance exam and become eligible. Gu Maing now understands the whole situation. She gently places her hand on Jin Young's hand and says, "It is all right. We still have 4 or 5 months left, so do not worry. We still have plenty of time." Jin Young smiles and says, "Yes, I know. Thank you so much, and good luck with your interview tomorrow." With that, the scene changes to the next day. A girl says, "Gumain, your phone must be ringing nonstop because the school submitted your number to all the universities." Gumain replies, "Yes, that is exactly why I switched my phone off." The girl laughs and says, "Wow, you are really amazing. I heard that many universities are coming today to recruit students." Just then a man walks over and says, "Hello, I am Yang from the medical department of Capital University." He hands Gumain his business card. Gumain politely thanks him and greets him. The professor quickly explains, "Please do not misunderstand. This card is only so we can get to know each other. It does not mean I am officially offering you a place at our university. So please do not think the wrong way. Whatever choice you make, I already know your future is very bright. I hope we meet again someday, and if you ever need any help, just contact me or give me a call." As he walks away, he thinks to himself, "I heard this girl cured Mrs. Liu and Miss Chin too. She is really terrifying." Just then, another organization called S Medical arrives. All the students become surprised and begin talking. They wonder why the organization has come because they usually recruit master's degree students, while these students have only just graduated from high school. Some students guess that they must have come, especially for Gumaying. Their representative arrives and asks, "Are you Gumaying?" She replies, "Yes, what is it?" The man's name is Gui, and he represents the S Medical Organization. He says you became the national champion this year. Not bad. You have qualified to join our medical organization, so perform well in the interview. After saying that he leaves, Gumeng is left completely confused, while all the other students whisper that the organization definitely came only for her. At that moment, the professor from Capital University announces that the interviews are about to begin and wishes both girls good luck. One girl then says, "Wow, the people from the medical organization were so arrogant. What did they even mean when they said you qualified?" Meanwhile, the professors from Capital University were so polite. Just look at the difference in their attitude. Gumaing already understands where she wants to go. The scene changes again. Gumaing enters the interview room where professors from many different universities are waiting. Every one of them wants her to join their university. One says tuition will be completely free. Another says come to our university. We have the best connections and many other advantages. Gumaing calmly says, "I want to study medicine. I want to enter the medical field. Only 2 choices are really available. One is the domestic department and the other is the international department." Everyone agrees that no one can compete with the medical organization. Even the representative from the traditional Chinese medicine department understands how difficult the competition is. He says we have traditional Chinese medicine. Please give it a chance before making your decision. Before he can continue, the representative from the medical organization interrupts him and says, "Sit down already. Your medicine is outdated. Our department has no shortage of talented people who can even compare with us. We have Western medical knowledge and countless advantages." He keeps praising his own organization. Hearing this, Gumayang suddenly says, "Who said traditional medicine is outdated? I will show you the truth. I choose." Capital University. The representative is stunned and asks, "What did you just say? Are you rejecting us?" Gumayang confidently says, "Yes." He angrily asks, "Do you even know what that means?" But Gumayang is not affected in the slightest because she already knows exactly where she wants to go. She turns toward Professor Yang and says, "Professor Yang, I am thinking of joining your department. Would your department accept me?" The professor is completely shocked and happily asks, "You really want to join Capital University?" Gumayang replies, "Yes, is there any problem?" He immediately says, "No, of course not. You are more than welcome." Gumayang then says, "All right then, bring me the contract and let us complete the formalities." The professor happily agrees and she finishes all the admission paperwork. The professor then asks, "May I know why you chose Capital University instead of the medical organization?" Gumayang simply replies, "There's no special reason, I just felt like it. Besides, I did not like the other organization." After saying that, she walks away. Sometime later, her friend runs over excitedly and asks, "How did your interview go? Did the medical organization recruit you?" Gumayang replies, "Yes, they wanted to recruit me, but I refused because I am going to Capital University." Her friend is completely shocked and asks, "You rejected them." Just then, the professor from the medical organization comes outside again and proudly announces that they have selected the girl who ranked second and says that in the future she will use the knowledge from their organization to surpass. Gumang Gumang calmly replies, "Fine, we will wait and see." Then she leaves. Her friend happily says, "I also got into Capital University. That means we are both going to the same university." Gumang smiles and agrees. At that moment, Lu Chenzhou calls her. As soon as the call comes, her friend starts teasing her and says, "Ah, look, his call has arrived." "Go on, answer it. I am leaving now. You two can talk privately." Guming tells her to go and then answers the phone. Lu Chenzhou asks, "Tomorrow is your birthday, right? How do you want to celebrate? Is there anything special you want to do?" Guming replies, "Anything is fine, I really do not mind." He says, "All right, then I will make all the arrangements. I will tell you everything on the weekend, and I will come to pick you up." He then admits that this is the first time he has ever celebrated someone else's birthday, especially a girl's birthday. Gumang laughs softly. He continues saying that the weather forecast says it will snow on Saturday, so asks if she wants to go skating. Gumang refuses and says she does not like crowded places. She would rather watch a movie and play games. He happily agrees and says, "All right, then I will arrange everything. We will meet at Sea Palace." Gumang agrees, and the scene changes to the weekend. Her friend asks, "So you are going out with Mr. Liu this weekend?" Gumang says yes. Her friend then ties a bracelet around her wrist and says, "This is my gift for you. Please think of it as a birthday present from me. It will also protect you. So stay safe, although I know Mr. Liu will be with you, so you probably will not need it." Gumang smiles and says, "I am not going to die, so stop worrying so much." Her friend tells her to enjoy herself and leaves almost as if she is deliberately giving them some private time. The scene changes to Sea Palace, where snow is falling beautifully. Then the scene moves inside, where Lu Chenzhou brings out a huge collection of movie cassettes. Gumang asks, "What are all these?" He proudly explains that they are all the movies released so far. He then thanks her for her compliment and says he is happy to know she liked everything, because it means he did a good job. Gumang nods happily. Just as she is about to eat the cake, she suddenly says, "Wait, let me give you a reward." She gently feeds him a cherry with her own hand. Lu Chenzhou thanks her, but instead of eating it, he simply keeps looking at her. Gumang also starts wondering why she just fed him with her own hand. He continues staring at her while neither of them actually eats anything. It feels as if something special is slowly growing between them, although neither of them says it aloud. At that moment, Uncle Lu calls Guming. She quickly answers the phone. Uncle Lou tells her that all the arrangements for her birthday celebration have been completed and asked her to come quickly at 6 in the evening. Gumeng happily agrees. The scene then changes to the birthday celebration where she is invited, but before anything else happens, the story continues into the next scene. First, we see that all the birthday decorations are being set up, and we find out that all of her friends have already arrived. Everything has been arranged by our brother Chen Cheng, and Jin Yang is also there. Her friend asks, "So how was everything?" Gumang happily replies, "Everything was perfect, absolutely first class. The lawyers are there as well, and everyone has gathered, and all of this was planned by our brother." Then his friend walks over and says, "Happy birthday, Gumang." Thanks him, but she has not even worn any new clothes, even though people usually wear new clothes on their birthday. He then says there is a huge gift inside this box. At that moment, Gossi comes running over shouting, "Let me in." "Let me go inside." "Hey, big sister, this is G brother whom you already know from the first episode." As soon as he arrives, he excitedly says, "Did you like the surprise?" "How was my surprise?" Everyone tells him, "Yes, yes, we know now, move aside and stop showing off." Gumaying then asks, "Did you arrange all of this?" He smiles and says, "Yes, I thought it would make you happy." "So how was everything?" Hearing this, Gumaying nods happily. She is clearly impressed by everything he has done. Then even the professors and teachers arrive. As soon as the teacher comes over, he says, "Guming, very good. From today, you have entered a completely new stage of life. I only want to bless you and wish that you always stay happy." Guming thanks him sincerely. Then one of his friends says, "Bringing so many people together must not have been easy. It must have been really difficult." He smiles and says, "Yes." Another friend starts laughing and says, "That is true. When a man is in love, he can do anything he wants." Everyone laughs together. We then see that all the arrangements are complete. There is even non-vegetarian food for everyone if they want to eat. The scene changes and the party is in full swing. Gumeng knows every single person there. All of her friends have come as well. She is happily enjoying herself and having fun. Then the scene changes again. His brother says, "Wow, that was so much fun. She is such an amazing girl." He is talking about Gumeng. Then his younger brother says, "Next time, we will have this much fun again." But as soon as he says that, his elder brother immediately tells him to stay quiet. The poor boy quickly apologizes and becomes silent, saying, all right. Seriously, these two are too much. They are not even letting the poor younger brother speak." Then we see a car approaching with very bright headlights. He simply raises his hand in front of the light and keeps enjoying the moment. The scene changes again, and they have now returned to Sea Palace. He says, "I have kept a very big cake for you in the fridge. Light the candles, make a wish, and then cut it." But Gumaying refuses. She says, "No, I do not need to light any candles. I do not like following rituals, and I do not even have any wish to make." Hearing this, he gently replies, "All right then, you do not have to make any wish. Just cut the cake and eat it." She agrees. He then says, "After that, we will watch some movies." Just then, a man suddenly walks over and asks, "Excuse me, are you Miss Gu?" Gumang replies, "Yes, that is me. What happened?" The man says, "A parcel has arrived for you. Please sign here." Gumang signs for it and then says, "Dong Dong sent this to you. You can keep it yourself. I do not want it." "Thank you." Hearing this, the delivery man becomes nervous and says, "Miss Gu, Mister, Ao told me to at least show this to you. Please read this letter first." He hands her the letter. Meanwhile, our brother becomes curious, wondering who this man is, although his younger brother already knows the truth. We then learn that this was actually her second admirer, while the first one was her former admirer. She opens the letter and inside it is written, Gamaing, "I know I packed this gift for you a very long time ago. Please do not throw it away. Please, I am begging you." With that, the episode comes to an end. Now tell me, how did you all like this video? We will meet again tomorrow with another new video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. And before you leave, do not forget to like the video and give it lots of hype. Music, music.